We're going to go Springer style. Two men who absolutely hate each other. Justin Bourne and Mike Futa are going to go head-to-head. Feuds, we'll start with you. Why was the hockey world so wrong about the Montreal Canadiens? How did they pull it off against Winnipeg?
Well, yeah, first off, I hate Bourne. So I'm glad we got that away. But I mean, last year they lose Scheifele in the first period of round one. This year they lose him, first game of round two for a completely different reason. It was tough. It's a very tough series for them. But I think at some point, I mean, that's why I wore my red, white, and blue. You got to give it to Montreal Canadiens. I mean, they came out, they scored first in every game. I thought Winnipeg would be rested after the layoff. That didn't happen. They just never let off the accelerator. They scored early, and then Carey Price was Carey Price, so looks good on him. And by the way, I didn't think that Jesse Pujärvi would be the most motivated of Patrick Laine and Dubois coming down the stretch, so that was a bit of a surprise.
Bourne, you want to weigh in?
No, outside of my own hatred for Michael, we'll leave it there. That's all I got on that.
Good enough. Oh, so, I mean, Marc Bergevin went out and he brought in a lot of guys with cup experience. We're talking to Foley, Perry, Stahl, Edmondson. Mike, how are they making an impact on the Habs this postseason?
Well, early in the year, I mean, I asked them to show that picture of Berge hiding behind the plant at the general managers' meetings, and because they came out so strong, I thought he was general manager of the year material. And then all we talked about, I mean, they got stale, Price got hurt, and all we talked about was the Leafs and all the great senior leadership that Leafs had provided that was going to get them through the playoffs. And in fairness, myself particular, you forget about Toffoli, Perry, Anderson, and then they add Stahl and Edmondson. He did a great job. And those guys, none of them, I mean, Perry's been phenomenal, but it's just been absolutely incredible to watch. And Ducharme's done a great job too. So looks good on Berge. He's back in the GM's Executive of the Year suite.
And Justin, how about Cole Caulfield? I mean, no goals yet, but man, he's been playing well.
He has. It's actually been a really pleasant surprise that he's much more well-rounded than everyone talked him up as a guy who just shoots the hockey puck in the net. But he's dynamic, right? Like the pop he showed on that OT winner to jump by the defenseman and find Toffoli was unbelievable. The vision to see Suzuki and the other OT winner, like he's provided a lot for this team, and he's actually a lot more defensively sound than I expected, I guess. I assume there was some reason he was out of the lineup early in playoffs, but pretty well-rounded game, and he hasn't started shooting it in the net yet. I think that'll start happening at some point. He's certainly got the ability. All
right, Bourne, how about Carey Price and those big four defensemen for Montreal? They've done such a great job so far in the playoffs. How do they stack up against either Colorado or Vegas?
What's interesting is they've played two really fast teams. That's kind of Colorado's bread and butter. Is it possible that they could do it a third time? It's not impossible. It's they have the tools if they've shown to do that. A team like Vegas seems just so complete and thorough, and they don't thrive solely on speed. They might have a tough time there. I mean, let's be honest, they're going to have a tough time either way. But I'm not going to write off the Canadiens just given what they've done in the first two rounds of this postseason.
Feuds, is Bourne right or wrong on that?
Well, as much as I hate him, I have to say that this has been first of guys, Montreal. I'm sure they're probably going to sit Caulfield out the first couple games just to rest him in front of the 17,000 fans that they're going to skate out in front of, just so he's ready, poised and ready. But it's gonna be something. And I'm 0-3 on my Canadian division prediction. So once again, as Montreal leads as the Canadian North Division winners, I'm going with whoever comes out of the Vegas Colorado series to rout the Canadiens in 5 games.
It's not North Division related, but the Islanders can finish off the Bruins on Wednesday night at Nassau County Coliseum. Bourne, over under on how many beer cans your father-in-law Clark Gillies will crush on his forehead during the game?
Well, it depends how many the Jets offensive lineman there goes with. If it's 2, I think Clark's going to go with 3. He's going to stay in the lead, man. He knows how to get the people moving.
Has he ever crushed a beer can in front of you?
He's crushed a beer can on me, Ken.